When foreign businesses think about legal action in Vietnam, they often imagine courtrooms, arbitration hearings, and months of procedures. But in practice, many debt recovery outcomes are shaped much earlier, by one document that sets the tone, builds leverage, and creates a clean evidence trail, the demand letter. In this video, we'll explain what a demand letter is in Vietnam, how it works in real-world disputes, and why it can be one of the most effective tools for debt recovery, when used strategically. A demand letter is a formal written notice from a creditor to a debtor requesting payment or performance under a contract. It is often prepared through legal counsel, especially for higher value or high-risk claims. A good demand letter doesn't just say, "Please pay." It establishes your legal position, what is owed, why it is owed, what documents support the claim, and what deadline applies. In Vietnam, it is commonly used to clarify the breach, document your request, and start escalation in a controlled and credible way. In Vietnam, dispute outcomes often turn on documentation, how clear the contract is, how payment and acceptance were recorded, and whether each party was properly notified. A well-structured demand letter helps you show that you acted promptly and consistently. It can also reduce common debtor tactics such as delaying, denying receipt of documents, or arguing that the creditor never made a formal request. Even when a demand letter is not legally mandatory in every case, it is frequently a practical step that strengthens your position and improves negotiation leverage. There's a big difference between a friendly reminder and a demand letter. A reminder sounds like, "Hope you can pay soon." A demand letter is precise. It identifies the contract, states the outstanding amount, lists the supporting documents, sets a deadline, and outlines the next steps if payment is not made. The goal is not to be aggressive. The goal is to be firm, clear, and credible. In many Vietnam disputes, that shift in tone is exactly what moves the case forward. A demand letter is typically sent when payment is overdue, the debtor becomes unresponsive, or the breach is confirmed. Waiting too long can weaken leverage and make recovery harder. On the other hand, sending a strong letter before reviewing the evidence can damage credibility. The best approach is simple. Confirm the breach, organize key documents, contract, invoices, acceptance records, debt confirmations, and relevant emails. Then send one well-prepared letter with a reasonable deadline and a clear escalation path. An effective demand letter is structured, specific, and provable. It clearly describes the parties, the transaction, the debt amount, the due date, and the supporting evidence. It uses accurate wording, Vietnamese or bilingual where appropriate, so the meaning is consistent and enforceable in Vietnam procedures. Just as important, it is delivered in a way you can prove. For example, courier with delivery records, email with traceable logs, or other verifiable methods. If the case later escalates, these delivery records can become valuable evidence. A demand letter can trigger negotiation, accelerate settlement, and create evidence for arbitration or court if escalation becomes necessary. It does not guarantee payment, but it forces a decision. The debtor must either engage and resolve, propose a credible plan, or accept the risk of formal proceedings. In Vietnam, many debtors react only when they see that legal escalation is real, organized, and ready. Here's a common pattern. A foreign supplier delivered goods and followed up multiple times. The debtor went silent. After a structured demand letter in Vietnamese and English, setting a clear deadline and stating the next legal steps, the debtor paid within 1 week, without further escalation. Details have been adjusted to protect client confidentiality. The result did not come from threats. It came from urgency, credibility, and a clear legal position backed by evidence. For small debts, a company letter may be enough. But for high-value claims, complex contracts, or sensitive business relationships, professional drafting often makes a real difference. Tone, legal structure, and evidence presentation matter. A lawyer-issued demand letter can also signal local legal presence and readiness to act, which often shifts the power dynamic immediately. In Vietnam, your demand letter is more than a message. It is your opening legal position. Don't waste your first move. If your company faces non-payment or breach in Vietnam, LTS law can draft and deliver a demand letter designed to trigger action, support negotiation, and strengthen your recovery strategy. Visit lts.com.vn to begin, because strong outcomes often start with the very first step.